Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things I've learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And Boo Radley is being very, very attention-seeking today, so he wants to be in the video with me. So, are you having a good day today, Boo? He said, I'm having a very good day. It's beautiful outside. It is like brightest blue skies in the entire world, not a cloud in the sky. It's like 77, 78 degrees. It feels kind of like an early fall day, which I guess it is, so it's beautiful outside. And I was kind of thinking about all these different videos I wanted to make. It's so weird. I haven't filmed a video for Peterisms in like a week and a half because I pre-filmed all of my videos for Las Vegas, and I must have made like 1 or 2 extra, or I didn't post 1 day or 2 days while I was there. I don't know, you guys would know better than I do, because I had all these extra videos that I posted when I came back. So this is my first time sitting down making a video for this channel since I've been back from Las Vegas, and we had a fantastic time. And you know, I always have this expectation for a trip before I go of what I want to do and all this kind of stuff. And we were walking back from dinner the last night, and Alex said to me, he said, you know, we really did a lot on this trip. And I was like, we did. I mean, we laid out by the pool every day, and we saw his cousin, so we had family time. We saw his best friend from college. You know, we saw 3 shows. We spent a lot of time in the hotel room, which was beautiful. We ate at some really great places. You know, I got to meet Shane Dawson. It was fun. Alex got to meet his favorite DJ, Cascade. We just had a really, really good time. And, it was such a great way for us to reconnect. And when Alex and I are together, you know, outside of the paying the bills and the having to go to work and all that kind of stuff, we're really connected. And for us, that's a lot of when, you know, the really creative ideas come out, the really positive ideas. And usually when we're on vacation, we're planning the next couple vacations or dreaming of what we would like to do. Like next year we want to go to Thailand or Fiji, you know, and something big, and trying to see, can we realistically make this happen? And whenever we're on vacation, we dream big, and we're sitting there, you know, and I'm telling him about book ideas that I have, and he's talking about some kind of new, you know, project that he wants to start. And, you know, we're always like just really, I don't know, feeding the other person creatively. And so I was thinking about this today. You know, I talk so much on here about toxicity and negativity and removing people that are negative from our lives and removing people that are toxic from our lives. But what I don't really talk about is the importance of building a tribe of people that are like ourselves, or think similar to us, or are creative and positive. And I think it's really, really important. Years ago, I read a book by Kell, and it's called If You Have to Cry, Go Outside. I think she's written 2 or 3 books now. Kell, she's been on some reality shows like The Hills, and then she had like The City, and I think was one of them. And then she had her own reality show called Kell on Earth, which was about her PR company. She owns like the largest fashion PR company in the world. She has like 8 offices: New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Tokyo. I mean, it's massive. And she started it all on her own. And when you read the book, it's fantastic. She was like the kid at like 6 years old that had like a very successful lemonade stand. But one of the things that she talks about in there is she tells this story about how her and her sister went to New York for New Year's Eve when they were in high school. And they went to a show and they were all dressed up and they didn't really fit in. But she saw these people. She saw like the punk rockers, and she saw the people that were wearing all black and, you know, were listening to music, and, you know, and she so related. It was like her soul related to that. And so she knew that's where she needed to be. She knew she needed to be in New York City if she was going to thrive. And she talks in there about the importance of building a tribe of people that are like-minded, people that think the same way that we do. And not just on a creative front, but I think really on more of a philosophical front as well. You know, like my best friend Tanya and I, we creatively think very, very differently. You know, the way that we run our businesses is very different. The things that she does in her professional life and the things that I've done are very different. You know, they're not aligned at all. But I think philosophically, the way that we look at the world through our values and, you know, integrity and things like that, and our morals, and all of that is aligned. Like, we think very much in the same way. We are also each other's cheerleaders. My husband is also one of my biggest cheerleaders, you know, and I think that one of the most important lessons I've ever learned in my life is that you can choose to be with somebody that is okay with your choices, and then you can be with somebody that is a cheerleader for your choices. And my husband is such a cheerleader. He really is. I was actually just talking about him to somebody today, and I said, you know, my husband's a bit of a hustler. I mean, like, not legit, like on the streets, but just to clear that up. But I mean, he's a business hustler, and he always has been, you know, and he's a very, very hard worker. I mean, he will work until midnight if he has to, or, you know, he just is always, and he's excited about learning new things and learning new, you know, doing new projects. He's very excited about that. So, for example, when we were on vacation, you know, I was saying to him, like, oh, you know, like, it's just like, maybe I'll take a day off and whatever. And he was like, you know, from making videos. And he was like, you love making videos. And I was like, I do. And he goes, it takes you literally a half an hour to film your videos. Just go, when we go up to the room, I'm going to take a shower. You film your videos and you take a shower. It's no big deal. You love doing it. You know, people love to watch your videos. Put the video out. And you know, so he pushes me. He like challenges me. And I think that that's important, you know, and we recently did this Q&A, and it was his idea, and he's not wanting to be on YouTube, and he doesn't care about all that kind of stuff, you know? It was funny because a lot of people ask if he's going to ever start a channel, and I've kind of mentioned it to him. I've said, I think it would be fun if you started a channel, you know? And just because then we would have, you know, that in common, but it might cause problems sometimes, you know, be careful what you ask for. But he, like, has really thought about it. Like, he really has. I think there's a part of it that's kind of intriguing to him. And he said, you know, I've really thought about it, but I don't even know what I would make videos about. I'm not funny on camera, like, you know, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I was like, okay, whatever. And I think that's the important thing, is that you are surrounding yourself with people that are highly supportive of your endeavors. You know, my best friend owns a dog kennel. She's very into the whole dog world. My, you know, other close friend, Melissa, you know, she's into dog rescue. So we're always talking about that. And it's like, dinners are never boring. Phone calls are never boring, because she tells me about her life. They tell me about, you know, we're always challenging each other, you know. Melissa's husband and Alex are very similar in their business attitudes about things. I think it is important that you have people that challenge you positively. I think it's important that you have people that will support you, but also say, come on, let's, you know, stop being lazy, let's go. And, you know, when I was getting ready to write my book, I had like 3 different ideas, my first book, 3 different ideas of what I wanted to write. And the reality was, the fear of starting the book was what was keeping me from writing it, because I really thought to myself, well, what's the point? Like, I'm never going to be able to, like, legitimately finish a book writing it. I didn't believe in myself enough. And I didn't, so I was kind of coming up with all these excuses. I was like, well, I'll write this, and I'll write that, and I'll write this. And I'll never forget, we were on our way to dinner one night, and Alex said, I told him about another idea. And he said, I literally have a notebook over there that has, I showed it one time in a vlog. It has like 60 different book ideas outlined. I have 60 different books outlined, ready to go and start writing. And he goes, I don't care what book what you choose to write, but just pick one and start writing it. He was like, you're a great storyteller. Quit questioning yourself and just tell it. And then he talked about, you know, the fact that I was still like grieving my mom, and why not use the cathartic process of writing as a way to do that. I needed him to challenge me. I needed him to kind of like push me in that direction. We need people to do that for us in our lives, you know? Cheerleaders, literally cheerleaders, okay, are the ones that are cheering on the sports, you know, the athletes, saying, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. We all need cheerleaders in our lives. We all need positive people around us. Sometimes we want to talk about all the negative people we have and all the toxicity that we have in our life, but we don't want to talk about the positive people. I have so many positive people in my life that support me in what I do. I wouldn't be where I was today if I didn't, you know? In the last 6 months, I have made some fantastic friends on YouTube that understand what I'm doing. And you know, most of these people I have never met in person, and hopefully I will someday. But you know, it's funny because like Alex will be like, I'm so glad that you have so-and-so as a friend, because you can talk to that person about YouTube in a way that I don't understand it. You know what I mean? And so it is important to have a tribe of people that understand what you're going through. I think that's often why we connect we connect so much with our coworkers, because it's like a sinking ship theory. You know, we're all going down together. Isn't it horrible that I use a workplace? But you know what I mean? Like, we're all in this together. So we all have the same experience. We can all complain about the supervisor, you know, coffee room chatter, which a lot of people discourage, but we know why. It's because they don't want you to have the real conversations. But I think that, you know, It's in any environment, whether it's a team, whether it's a working environment, whether it's volunteer work, whatever. It's like, you know, people that have common interests, people that have common passions, people that have common philosophies. It's why 12-step programs work. And I think it's important as, you know, you grow older, that maybe, as it's been important for me as I've grown older, to not have quantity people in my life, but to have quality people in my life that care about my endeavors, and I care about their endeavors. I care enough to challenge them when I feel like they're not doing what they could be doing with their lives, and they could be pushing harder, and they could be more successful. We need people like that, you know? And I have found that when I'm around people that are similar to me, now if I'm with people that are like way up here, like let's just talk about finances. If they have like millions and millions of dollars, like I have a hard time relating to that sometimes because I want to pick up a dinner tab, but to them it doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Like it's hard. But when you have friends that challenge each other with success, I think, you know, it's like, you know, it's like Chloe and Maddie on Dance Moms. It's like they're constantly challenging each other to be the better versions of themselves. We need that. We need to have, but not in a negative way, not in a toxic way, in a positive way. We need positivity around us, challenging us to be the best version of ourselves. If we don't have that, we're not going to learn anything, you know? I used to use this example back in the day. It's like, you know, when you're a team, if you've ever played on a sport before, did you learn more by playing a team that was worse than you or by playing a team that was better than you? We learn more by playing somebody that's better than us because we learn where our weaknesses are. We learn what we need to do to up our game. We all need to up our game. We just don't need it shoved down our throats, okay? We just don't need to be kicked in the face. We need to learn, although we do learn from that sometimes, but it's very important to have a tribe of people around us that are positive, that are supportive of us, that care about our best interests, but will also tell us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.